Hello folks, here I am presenting the value chain analysis of what bottled water industry. First of all, we can go through the topic overview. The bottled water industry has grown into a global powerhouse with billions of bottles consumed annually across the world. Its convenience and perception as a healthier alternative to tap water has driven its widespread popularity. However, this convenience comes with significant environmental costs, from the extraction of water and raw materials to the production, distribution, and disposal of bottles. Each stage of the bottled water value chain contributes to a substantial environmental footprint. This includes the depletion of natural resources, energy intensive manufacturing processes, carbon emission from transportation, and the long-lasting impact of plastic waste on ecosystem. The primary objective of the presentation is to conduct a comprehensive value chain analysis of the bottled water industry, focusing on sustainability by examining each stage of the value chain from raw material sourcing to post-consumption disposal. We aim to uncover the environmental impacts inherent in the industry. This analysis will also identify opportunities for improvement, highlighting practical steps that can be taken to enhance sustainability and reduce the ecological impact of bottled water production and consumption. So next we have to go to the raw material sourcing. We can talk about the water resources, like mainly the bottled water. The main ingredient or the main component of the bottled water is especially the water. Here the bottled water is primarily sourced from two main locations: natural springs and municipal sources. Spring water is often marketed as pure and natural, but the extraction process can have significant environmental consequences. Over extraction from springs and aquifers can lead to the depletion of groundwater resources, which not only threatens local ecosystems but also impacts communities that rely on these water sources for drinking and agriculture. This is especially concerning in regions already experiencing water scarcity. Municipal sources, often just treated tap water, also raise concerns about the energy and resources required to treat and bottle water that is already accessible to public infrastructure. The environmental cost here involves unnecessary processing and packaging, amplifying the industry's overall environmental footprints. Next, we have can go through the topic packaging materials. The most common material used for bottled water is PET, which is commonly called polyethylene terephthalate plastic. PET is popular due to its lightweight, durability, and low production cost, but its environmental impact is considerable. PET is derived from petroleum, making the production of these bottles heavily reliant on fossil fuels. This is not only contributes to a depletion of non-renewable resources, but also results in significant carbon emissions during production. Once produced, the life cycle of PET plastics poses further environmental challenges. A staggering amount of these bottles are not recycled, ending up in landfills or the environment. Since PET plastic can take hundreds of years to degrade, it accumulates in ecosystem, contributing to soil and water pollution and posing to a threat to wildlife even when recycled. PET's downcycling process often means it loses quality, eventually ending up as waste. These environmental challenges highlight in the importance of rethinking packaging materials and encouraging recycling to reduce the reliance on PET and mitigate plastic waste. So next we have to go to the distribution and logistics. We can discuss about the topic transportation impact. The transportation of bottled water is a significant contributor to the industry's carbon footprint. Bottled water often travels vast distance from the source to the consumer, especially in the case of premium brands that market their products as coming from exotic locations. Whether transported by trucks, ships, or even air, each mode of transport burns fossil fuels, resulting in carbon emissions that contribute to climate change. Locally distributed bottled water may have a similar transportation footprints, but when considering the global scale of the bottled water industry, the cumulative environment cost is enormous. International shipments, in particular, involve complex logistics that span multiple continents, leading to higher fuel consumption and increased greenhouse gas emission. The environmental cost of these long supply chains are not just measured in carbon emissions but also in the energy intensive infrastructure required to support them, such as refrigeration and storage facilities that further increase the industry's environmental impact. Supply chain, next we can go to supply chain efficiency. To mitigate these environmental impacts, the industry is increasingly focusing on optimizing supply chain efficiency. This includes efforts to streamline distribution routes, reducing the distance bottled water needs to travel, and thus cutting down on fuel consumption. So additionally, there is a growing interest in shifting more freight to rail or sea transport, both of which are more energy efficient than road or air transport. Rail and sea shipping, while slower, offer significant reductions in carbon emissions per ton kilometer compared to road transport, making them a more substantial choice for long distance distribution. By improving supply chain efficiency and adopting greener transportation methods, the bottled water industry can significantly reduce its environmental impact, align closer with sustainable goals while meeting consumer demand. So, bottled water is often marketed for its convenience, with single use bottles being the most common packaging format. With this apparel to consumers look for quick hydration on the go, it also leads to significant plastic roll. So, like after a bottled water product is consumed, what happens to the bottle become a critical issue for the environment sustainability. And throughout the value chain of the bottled water industry, significant environmental impacts have been identified. This begins with the depletion of natural water sources and energy intensive production of PET plastic, leading to substantial carbon emissions during production and distribution. The extensive use of plastic packaging resulting in persistent waste challenges with low recycling rates and significantly plastic pollution affecting ecosystems globally. Each stage of the value chain contributes to an overall environmental footprint that demands urgent attention. So by adopting these strategies, the bottled water industry can move towards a more sustainable and environmentally responsible future. Thank you.